Hey, assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Jasmy video update. Yesterday there was one small little bit of a scenario that I was talking about Jasmy, and that scenario is kind of trying to get in the way. Okay, it's trying to build that scenario, and it was on the daily. And before I talk about that scenario on the daily, let's go back for a time frame and talk about things that are happening here. So you got a move down, a bearish rectangle, and a move down, and you still have a technical target pending right there. So when you were moving sideways here after this drop to the downside, what you did is you made a continuation pattern to drop even more, right? And that's the same thing that is happening on the daily. That's why I had to go to the 4-hour time frame to show you that the same thing is just a repetition on a higher time frame. That was on the 4-hour time frame, which is a little bit lower. And when you go into the daily time frame, that's a little bit higher time frame, and it's going to take more time, of course, and even a bigger drop in result, right? The result is going to be bigger in drop than when it was on the 4-hour time frame, because the 4-hour time frame is about to be met and the technical target is somewhere down here. But when you talk about the daily now, so I'm going to remove all the technical targets from the 4-hour time frame, and we're going to draw another new line here. So this is where you started dropping down on the daily time frame. That was where the I don't know, corrective move or a impulsive move to the downside happened. But whatever this is where the first move happened, the first wave happened there. So we're going to take that top to that bottom, considering now that you're making this as a flag. Okay, if this is your flag, if you still consolidate one more day and then boom, you drop down, then we're talking about a technical target from this wave to that wave break right here. You're taking a small break here, and if you consider that being your flag, you're just going to drop it from there to there, and you got yourself another continuation pattern to 2,868, which also tells me that, you know, after all, TA isn't going to be lying at all, because I understand invalidation happens and people are going to say that, oh, now we're not into this target, you're lying and this and that. You see, we don't control anything. If a pattern gets destroyed, you're not going there. And this was a pattern that I've talked about for so many ages. And I've always said this again and again, that if Jasmy just ever happens to go up and break this one bearish rectangle here, because just as on the 4-hour time frame I showed you, and just as I showed you on the daily, the best example is on the 4-hour time frame. Just look at this. Now, if you talk about the 4-hour time frame, it takes hours, some few hours, for the scenario to play out. So hear me out. This is what happened. You went down, you made the bearish rectangle, isn't it? And you dropped down here, but you didn't go to the technical target, which is now even lower here. But you just consolidated and pump in between, and you're still moving sideways, and eventually you're going to go down to the main target right over there like that. Okay, but if you manage to go back above here and you break that rectangle, you're not going to go down there, right? Because that thing is getting terminated, it's getting destroyed. That's the exact same damn thing that is on the weekly, the very same thing. The difference is the weekly takes weeks and days before it plays out. Isn't it the same? Consider that this was the 4-hour time frame. You went down and boom and boom. And where's the technical target? Let me show you. All right, so I'm going to take the trend line and drop the trend line, take the top to the bottom, drop it down there. So I'm going to take the line as well, and just a little bit here, and boom. So this is where you're dropping off. You got a technical target where 1,374 is where you still have a target, pending target. But instead what you did is you went down and now you're consolidating, and this is on the weekly, and eventually it's just like you're looking to go down there, especially when you had this all bullish pattern to trap you in, thinking it's going to break and go up. Yeah, it could have break and go up. I'm not saying that's where you can actually have invalidation. You could have gone to 22,000 actually, and you know, invalidate this whole scenario to go down right there. That could have been destroyed. But did it happen? It didn't happen. And that's when I was looking to even trade. I haven't traded Jasmy in a long time as I used to before. And if it could have, you know, just move up like this is where my interest could have started being, because I think that's when we have a proper, you know, destruction of a downtrend. But right now there's still no proper destruction of a downtrend. if you know trading, if you know TA, I'm pretty sure you're going to agree with this video as well. So that's pretty much it for this Jasmy update right now, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.